Hey guys, and welcome back to part 2 of the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles playthrough. We are in Hydro City Zone, and as you can guess by the title and the footage, we're already in the water zone. Wow, this early on, huh? Okay. So, well, it's a water zone, so I think you already know what to expect from the previous games. Yeah, as far as the enemies go, pretty standard. The only enemy I really have to talk about is the that one right there, the fish, that small fish, because that isn't gonna outright damage you. It's just gonna grab onto Sonic and just keep draining his rings and whatnot. And by the way, it's a good time to mention that this is where the Aqua Shield, or the Bubble Shield, comes really handy into play. By the way, some elements from Labyrinth Zone. If you remember, in that zone, the water would push us, and we'd have to grab and let go at the right areas. Anyway, the last bonus stage. There's 3 different bonus stages, and the last one pretty much has you rolling around these spheres, and pretty much what you do is you have to run into these small, like, orb type things. And they're gonna either release like a bubble, an empty bubble that does nothing, or they're gonna release an item. So this is easily the hardest bonus stage to get any items in. I think it's a lot more awkward than the and if you get caught by that weird DNA strand, that's it, you're out. It's definitely one of the harder ones, so to score items in, and that's my personal least favorite. But yeah, those are all 3 bonus stages: the slots, the dispenser type thing, and that one right there. So yeah, pretty packed game. I really like that about this game, that how packed it is. Anyway, but as you can tell, like, something I gotta say about this level. First, I want to finish my Bubble Shield tangent. That the Bubble Shield is really useful because it deflects those things right there that station turret type enemy is shooting. And it lets you breathe infinitely underwater, so you actually have no risk of drowning. And I really think that's a pretty cool addition, just because I think a lot of people are really scared. Like, especially, I know for a fact that as a kid, I was terrified of water zones. Especially in something like Sonic Adventure 2, where the drowning music's so terrifying to hear. And it's just like, yeah, and with the Bubble Shield, you have no need to worry. So again, people will be cautious, and the Bubble Shield is going to be precious and whatnot, and they're going to try their best not to lose it. So that's pretty cool. I already mentioned the last part that all 3 shields have a different type attack, or a different ability they give Sonic. The electric shield gives him a double jump, the flame shield gives him a forward air dash type thing, and the bubble shield gives him a stop type move, or a bounce type move. So I mentioned that last part. By the way, this is special stage 5. And I think you can tell I didn't practice special stage 5, and this is the first special stage that requires you to go off the beaten pathway. Like, on the sides of the pathway, you're gonna find that, hey, look, only these 3 orbs have nothing behind them, so you can guess that you should jump past them for more blue orbs. And yeah, so it's kinda, you have to pay attention a bit so you know what you're doing. But yeah, other than that, I actually fail it because I mistimed and I failed it. I decided to leave that take in, just to show you, like, I didn't feel it took too long anyway, and just to show you that, hey, it's not too hard to mistime these. Again, I think they're so much easier and so much more fun to play than the Sonic 2 special stages, so hey. Anyway, time for our mini-boss number 2. His strategy is pretty basic. He pretty much rolls down from the left once, then from the right once, jump over him, and he's gonna go to the middle. And that's pretty much when you jump into him. Then he's gonna spin this thing around like a blender or whatever. And pretty much you can't do anything. You could try to jump out of the water to jump on top of him and score hits. But you know, it's either way, it's a nothing mini boss, so who cares? And while I defy gravity right there, that is Act 1 of Hydro City. So that's pretty cool. Every zone has a mini-boss, and I think that's a pretty cool addition as well. I don't know, I think it makes every zone more memorable, because it's just like, you know, oh, I'm gonna fight this guy here, and every stage has its own boss. Anyway, Act 2 starts off with a bang, literally, because it's a chase scene. The wall is closing in on us, so you gotta move quickly. There are these walls that you can only get through by spin dashing, so spin dash a lot. Extra life right there, free for the taking. And it's not really a hard segment or anything, but you know, interesting way to start it. Like, we're underwater and we're being chased at the same time. I know again for a fact that when I played this for the first time as a kid, that was pressuring as well. I was pretty tense. Like, oh god, the wall is closing in, and there's water, and I'm pretty slow, and it's like, and I didn't know how big the segment would be, so I was like, potentially would be underwater for quite a while, but no, thankfully it's not that long. And those enemies are annoying because they immediately, once they see you, they turn around and shoot their spike thing upwards. And that wouldn't be a problem because, again, upwards isn't where you're aiming. Again, another awesome use of the insta-shield, which I actually didn't mention yet, I forgot. But I'll mention that later. It wouldn't be a problem, but you usually just run quickly. You're running pretty fast on screen, so by the time you see them and try reacting, which generally, how you react to enemies in Sonic games, like how you get used to it, is because Sonic damages things just by jumping or rolling. So you'd instinctively jump or roll, but you're just gonna hit the spike, his spike thing, and take damage, and it's just like, ugh, that's annoying. But anyway, yeah, the Sonic has a new move. I talked about all the additions that the elemental shields give you, but if you're bare bones Sonic like I am right now, you do get something, and I think it's a pretty cool ability that helps with the gameplay quite a bit. So pretty much how it's called the insta shield, and how it works is pretty basic. And I'm going backwards because I'm trying to build enough speed so I can go to the higher route, because it took the left pathway to get the extra life, and then I need more speed to cross the bridge and keep going. Alright. But yeah, if you're bare bones Sonic and you jump, and then you hit the jump button again in midair, like the name pretty much says it. I'm trying to take an alternate pathway. Sorry, excuse my I'm just messing around, trying to get somewhere, but I figured, you know, screw it. Yeah, that's a fun thing with these games, I guess you can say. Or annoying if you're watching it and it's like, dude, just get on with the game. Because I know for a fact, like, when I see people playing Knuckles in this game, they're just climbing every wall and whatnot, so, yeah. But yeah, Sonic jumps and does, like, if you hit the jump button again, he's gonna do an instant shield, like a shield for a split second, which gives you a bit more range, and it also, you know, makes you kind of invincible, because since technically nothing's gonna damage you for that split second. But again, it is a split second, so if you don't time it right, you're most likely gonna take damage, or, you know. But it's really useful, but I'll get to that later. Anyway, Special Stage 6 I want to talk about, because Special Stage 6 I think is the only one that I have a set pattern for, because it can be pretty difficult if you don't. Like, it's pretty much this. A square area with a big bunch of orbs in the middle, and 4 orbs on each of the sides, up, left, and right. So how I tackle it pretty much is I finish the ones in the middle first, I circle them. Then I go to one of the 3 pathways, and then go like deep like that, and then the second, and do the same thing. But the third one, you do it like this, so you don't trap yourself, and then you just keep, you know, with the special stage with that with that strategy pretty much, and you're eventually gonna finish. Because I think otherwise, if you don't plan it out like that, you're most likely gonna run into some red spheres eventually and screw it up for yourself. But hey. There you go, that's the 5th Chaos Emerald. I would be up to 6 now if I didn't fail that last one, and we're in the 2nd zone of the game. So yeah, I think you can pretty much tell that, hey, they really wanted to make it easier to get these things, and I'm really happy. That's something that, like, the special stages themselves are pretty easy, and getting to them is not an issue either. And I was like, yeah, thank you, that's how you should handle bonus content. So yeah, I approve, thank you. Anyway, I haven't been talking about the zone itself. Some pretty awesome music in the background. I love Hydro City's music. And that is a compliment because, as we'll see, like, with especially like the next part, I think Sonic 2 has the better soundtrack overall, and a couple of these tunes, like the next 2 zones at least, I don't like them. I don't like their music very much. So, yeah, not my favorite soundtrack, but Hydro City, awesome music. I love it so much. And the zone itself, because I think the platforming is pretty cool. You have these spinning type things that they pretty much move either up and down or to the sides, and you know, you just time your jumps. They have, and it's a pretty fast water zone for what it is. Like, they have these weird hand type contraptions that will just grab you and then shoot you, so you just frickin' go through these slides and go through all these slides and just run on the water and move so fast in the water. And yeah, this is a pretty, for a water zone, it moves really fast, so I like that. Thank you. And it's also worth noting here that the evolution of how they handle the water zones. Like, you had Labyrinth at first, which is like, it's a water zone, and Sonic can't swim for some reason. And, you know, he's pretty slow underwater, he can drown. Okay, Sonic 2, let's, how do we improve water zones? You know what, let's make alternate pathways so that the water is the bottom path, while the top path is not water. So, you know, those who are good at the game and are fast with the Hedgehog and know what they're doing, they don't have to deal with the water. They're pretty much going to speed through the stage, and that'll be that. Okay, so now the third game. What do we do to improve that even further? Well, Sonic can go fast in water, and Sonic is the fastest, or like out of water, sorry. And Sonic's the fastest thing alive, so why not make him go run on water, because that's a pretty cool idea. I think that's a pretty cool image when Sonic's just like running on the water like that. So yeah, I like that as well. And you know, it's a lot of fun, pretty fast-paced slides. And you know, it's pretty different for, like, a lot of people think this is the best water zone in the series. And you know, I can't disagree. I wouldn't say, like, no, I don't have a particular favorite. But a lot of people like to suggest this or Aquarium Park from Sonic Colors, which I don't think I'll be playing anytime soon, but I want to play that eventually. But yeah, because those pretty much have the thing in common that, like, we're pretty fast. You know, for a water zone, you're still moving quickly, and there's the bubble shield, so there's no real issue of oh, I can drown, or I'm pretty slow underwater. They pretty much solved both of the core problems that plagued the water zones before, drowning and the whole slow bit. So that's pretty cool. Hydro City, awesome zone. And with that, I cleared Special Stage 7. So I get my 6th Chaos Emerald because I failed the 5th one. But yeah, we have 6 Chaos Emeralds, and it's part 2. I would have had them all by Hydro City, but no. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. By the way, small disclaimer: I don't guarantee the same quality for the Sonic and Knuckles portion of the special stages, as I have so much less practice with those. Anyway, Knuckles, what? Oh, Knuckles, seriously, why? Knuckles, Eggman is tricking you. Stop falling for his trickery. Knuckles. Anyway, we are at the boss, but first, time for some slots. Woo! Alright, let's do it. Oh, I didn't get anything. I think there is a difference. Like, you can always tell which bonus stage you're going into by the color of the stars over the checkpoint. Like, I think red stars is bonus stage, white stars is something else. Stuff like that. I never memorized them, but I remember there being a difference, and I remember people mentioning that before. So that's a thing. But yeah, I think the additions overall to the game are really great. Thank you, and I failed. Insta Shield, the Elemental Shields, how pretty much they tweaked Sonic's model, if you can tell. So yeah, this is a pretty cool sequel. Anyway, the Bubble Shield really helps with this boss, as it allows you to bounce in him, but beware, because when he starts spinning his propeller, that'll damage you, so don't be like me. Anyway, Eggman starts off by making this whirlpool that can suck you in. Don't get hit by that, as I just did. After he's done doing it, you can actually stand on the whirlpool, so to score in some hits. So take advantage of that. And then he just drops bombs, which explode in the water. So what pretty much you do, don't be standing next to the bombs, but what you could be doing is jump, so when the bomb explodes, the impact carries you and you hit Eggman. But yeah, that is it for Hydro City Zone. So see you next time when we head to the next zone of the game, Marble Garden. Stay tuned till then.